Hello, everyone. I know it's been a very long time since I've done a reading for you, and it feels really, really good to be back. So if you tune into this reading, thank you. I've missed you. If you're new, I've been on a break for a while. I had a lot of life stuff that came up and needed to be handled and dealt with, as things sometimes do. So I had to take a break from doing videos for, gosh, it's probably been close to 6 months. Long story, a lot of reasons why, but it really feels good to be back. I'm excited to rebuild the channel and start making content for you guys again. And for those of you that have been with me for a while, thank you. Your support means the world to me, and I hope that you guys have been doing well. I really do. 6 months is a long time, and I'm sure a lot of growth and a lot of things have happened on your journey. So whatever's been going on with you, if you would like to share, please, in the comments below, take the opportunity. I read everything. If you guys have questions or, just need some support on your journey, we are here for you and are always honored to help. So we're going to get into a divine masculine reading today. Take a look and find out what has been going on. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of energy comes up in this reading, since I haven't done one in such a long time. So I picked this deck because it's one of my favorites, and I really thought, what deck do I want to use for my first reading in a while? This journey, you guys, it's so crazy. I've been on it now. Well, we've all been on it for our entire lives, right? But I guess you could say I've been consciously aware of it since June of 2019. We are actually coming upon my 6-year anniversary of the day I had my Kundalini awakening. And that Kundalini awakening happened while I was sitting in front of my twin flame having a conversation underneath a tree on June 25th. And I didn't know what it was at the time. I didn't know what was happening to me. But it was pretty profound. I knew that. And of course, my mind, having limited knowledge, tried to find a story or a reason or, a purpose, an explanation, right, for the experience that I had. A Kundalini awakening it happens to you on all planes of existence. It happens to you mentally, happens to you physically, and it happens to you spiritually. It's not just a spiritual experience. It's also something that you feel inside your body, specifically within your spine and your brain at first, and then it disperses throughout, every limb and every, extremity. And it changes you. It brings you into, it brings all of you into a more cohesive correspondence with all three of those parts that make you, because you are a 3-part being, right? You are physical, you are mental, and you are spiritual. There's many things that go along with that, right? But you are all of those things. And so we are coming up on that anniversary date for me. It was amazing. It changed my life. About a year later, I started to understand more about what had happened to me that day. But I've never been the same. And this journey takes us on a lot of twists and turns, which I'm grateful for every single one of them. And the past 6 months have been, you know, an opportunity for a massive amount of growth for me. You know, I had to essentially, in some ways, go through almost a, well, you could call it a second dark night of the soul. Which I have information I want to share with you guys about that. It's pretty typical and pretty common for you to go through a second phase of that. So yeah, that's for a whole nother video. Let's get into this reading though. Okay, let me give you guys a number here. Oh look, we've got double sixes to start it all out. Double sixes. Here's my comeback. Your comeback, our comeback. It's us together, right? Okay, so then at the bottom of the deck, we have Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So this is going to be the energy, the overall energy for the reading today. All right, so Wheel of Fortune in reverse is, you know, kind of, there's like some yucky emotion going on, feelings of being stuck in a rut, a lack of movement, no light at the end of the tunnel, you could say. It feels for your divine masculine like things are just not within their control. There could be a lot of really heavy, overwhelming energy that they're feeling, kind of a feeling of oppression maybe. And this has actually been a very common experience for everyone in the collective right now. This year so far has been a year of great revelation for many people. And so your divine masculine is definitely feeling a lot of that energy in their day-to-day life. And just, you know, it's causing them to really think a lot and think deeply about where they're at right now in life. In recent past, we have Ace of Swords. So with Ace of Swords, we've got a new idea, some kind of a, maybe a plan, or maybe you could even say like a mission, something that your divine masculine feels deeply that they need to like accomplish or bring forth in the world. Like there's something in them that they feel has been brewing that they want to take action on. And I think because of this overall energy that they've been feeling of kind of oppression, they feel like they're being kind of held back at the starting line. Like they just can't quite get over the hump and start taking action toward making it happen. It feels like there's a lot of false starts happening right there for your divine masculine at that stage. So these cards right here represent the karmic situation that your divine masculine has been immersed in for a period of time, in recent past, of course. This could be just life in general. It could be a relationship that they're in. It's even possible that it could be something like you know, a family member or a parent or something like that. But likely it's probably something along the lines of a relationship. Most of our growth takes place in the form of relationships with other people, romantically and otherwise. And so these two cards represent that there is somebody in their life that kind of smothers them. There's a lot of insecurity around this person that they're dealing with. They suffer from a lot of a lack of self-confidence, and they're in many ways mirroring your divine masculine's energy. Maybe because the relationship hasn't been a healthy one, they haven't felt a security in some of the habits that they have in reacting to and dealing with these insecurities are not very healthy. And definitely this may be part of the element of what's making your divine masculine feel oppressed. Maybe dealing with this toxic stuff is stopping them from really achieving the goals that they want to in life, because they kind of have to keep going over here and dealing with this messy stuff. It looks like it's leading to some kind of a separation or even potentially a divorce. Emotionally, I feel that the separation has already been taking place. They don't feel like this is the relationship that is going to kind of propel them forward. It's the relationship that seems to be holding them back. Maybe for a period of time, it was helpful, as karmic relationships are, but they're typically here to teach us a lot of what we are not in order for us to really be able to tune in to what we are, right? Because it's just as important to know what you're not as it is to know what you are. And sometimes the only way we can find out who we really are is by first experiencing what we are not. And so this relationship right here is really creating a lot of turmoil and grief and distraction from your divine masculine. That's what I feel, is a lot of distraction over here from this that they really want to kind of launch forward with. This column right here is their energy toward you, divine feminine. And for this we have 5 of Swords and Judgment. So, and they're both in the upright. So with 5 of Swords, you have this energy of your divine masculine's been dealing with some kind of like a bullying. Maybe there's even been some pretty toxic stuff in their life with, maybe abuse. And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's from this relationship, because this relationship may just be toxic as a result of needing to kind of heal some of this older energy. That's more of what I'm feeling, like it's an older energy than this. This is affecting it, but it goes deeper. The roots of it go deeper than this relationship right here. And that energy is strong and it's intense and it's deeply rooted in your divine masculine's psyche, and probably within their family line for a very long time. Twin flames are oftentimes chain breakers, right? And so sometimes we are dealing with generational trauma. And this feels like your divine masculine has some pretty serious generational trauma that they're having to navigate their way through. The Judgment card, coupled along with this, means that they're starting to finally, especially as a result of meeting you, get some clarity on this. They're starting to feel like there's like a wake-up call happening. They feel like they're starting to see that maybe some of the things that they've experienced and gone through weren't just because they were unlucky or because they weren't worthy, but maybe because there was some life's purpose stuff in there. Again, this right here, this card is an interesting card being in between, especially in recent past, because there's something that they've been feeling that they want to bring forward. And as a result of meeting you and then having like some clarity on this stuff that they've been carrying around with them for a long time, they're realizing that maybe this stuff has been happening to give them the ability to be able to carry through with this, to bring whatever this is into the world. That maybe it's a blessing in disguise and not necessarily a curse. And this is taking place because of whatever they're feeling has been activated and initiated within them as a result of meeting you. They've made that connection. That's strong. They recognize that you and the encounters with you, the energy exchange between you has been life-altering and changing for them, which is part of the magnetism toward you. as well as the repelling away from you. In the present moment, we have Six of Cups. Six of Cups is a beautiful card. There's nostalgia in this card. There's kind of a return to innocence, a feeling of like I'm getting who I am again. I'm remembering who I was before the world told me who I was. I'm tuning back into those authentic parts of myself. And the universe is bringing me all of these experiences to remind me of who I am. It's opportunity for growth. It's opportunity to remove the mask and to step back into your power. So that's a wonderful transition in the present moment from this energy back here in the past with your divine masculine. In the karmic situation currently, these two cards together show a very dysfunctional energy. We can't condemn this though, right? Part of facing our shadows and integrating our shadows is recognizing that our shadows serve an extraordinarily valuable purpose in our journey. The shadow's there to illuminate the light. I've always said the darkness serves the light even when the darkness doesn't know it. The darkness and the light are within the individual, within the divine masculine and within the divine feminine. Everything is made of shadow and light. And so we don't want to condemn this energy. Instead, we want to look at it and say, what can we learn from it? And your divine masculine is attempting to have that attitude and that perspective of what's currently taking place in this karmic situation. They're trying to see the silver lining in all of it. The Hanged Man energy and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse energy is, again, just kind of an indication of difficult relationship, oppression in the relationship, sorrow, pain, betrayal. These energies are difficult energies for us to navigate our way through. They trigger so much in us. Well, and they're there because of the triggers. It's like, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Is this happening because of the wounds that have been inflicted? Or are these energies there because of the opposite of that, which, you know, is it happening because of old energy, or is these feelings happening because of this new energy? And I would say it's a mixture of both. We bring into this world and we create in this world with whatever we currently believe to be true. And until we, change the narrative within the self, the outer world will continue to reflect what we believe within ourselves. And once we recognize that the outer world is shaped from our inner world, we can stop trying to manipulate the mirror and instead go to the source of the reflection. Oops. All right. Here we go. Your energy with divine masculines, or just the way that they're currently viewing you. And for this, we have Knight of Cups in the upright. They do see you as incredible. You're like precious to them because of the gifts that meeting you has given them. Divine masculine and divine feminine are reflections of each other, but not reflections of each other in the sense that you are identical to your divine masculine and they are identical to you. But instead, we give each other the opportunity to see ourselves. You may not be, you guys could be very different. You could be from different places in the world. You could even sometimes speak different languages. Many of you have giant age gaps that are not traditional at all. It's those differences sometimes that allow us to be a wonderful mirror to the person that's gazing into us. They see themselves when they look at you, even though they think or believe that they're seeing you. It's projection. And our twin flames give us the opportunity to project with wisdom and the wisdom of knowing that it is a projection. I hope that makes sense. I hope that I'm explaining that well. When you see something like, you know, an object like this and you go, oh, this is a wonderful thing. I love it. It's so great and it's amazing. Or you could look at it and you could hate it and you could think it's horrible. Is it the object or is it the perception of the object? It's the perception. And everything in life is the perception, right? And so this mirroring gives us the ability to wake up from the illusion of our own perceptions. And our divine masculine, for us, serves as that mirror. How do we feel about them? How are we reacting and responding toward them? Why do we feel the way that we feel? Why are we viewing it through the filter and the lens that we are? And we do the same thing for them. And that's why sometimes there is a repelling that takes place in the relationship, because our filters are, I wouldn't say flawed, because they're tools, they're teachers, but they need adjustment, right? They've been given to us unconsciously to teach us, and now we need to consciously choose different. That takes practice, presence, mindfulness. You know, it takes time. It's not a process of transformation that takes place overnight or in an instant. We may be able to pinpoint where a shift took place, which your divine masculine is one of those pinpoints in your life, as you are for them. But the transformation continues to unfold. The caterpillar doesn't become the butterfly the moment that it enters the cocoon. It continues to break down and change and reconstruct and evolve and then emerge as the butterfly. That's the transformation that you and your divine masculine are going through. Their karmic plays an important role in that, as do your karmics as well. All right, near future, which we got going on here with your divine masculine, right? We got to see what's going on in the near future now. What can we expect with these energies and the momentum that is coming from them? Now, again, remember, because you are reality creators and the twin flame and you are evolving, this isn't set in stone, because your future is in your hands. You know, you can look at this energy, you can accept it and say yes and allow it to manifest, or you can learn from it, change the filters, and create something different. That's how much power you have. That's what I want to be here to remind you all of as I'm trying to stay in that space myself. 10 of Cups in reverse. All right, so 10 of Cups in reverse. We have definitely some type of breakup in the karmic situations that you guys are dealing with. There is a real severing that will take place. Because this type of growth always causes what doesn't serve us well anymore to break down and fall apart. This type of transformation creates massive amounts of change. And so it doesn't surprise me at all that this card is coming up showing that these karmic situations that have been part of this journey may have served their purpose in facilitating that change. And it can be let go with gratitude. It can be let go of with forgiveness. When we start to see everything as our teacher, shadow and light, that we can come to it from a place of love and gratitude. We can let go of guilt and shame and fear and anger and frustration. although we don't bypass those because those are valuable parts, right? The shadow is always valuable. There is no part of us that deserves to be exiled. And everything outside of us, every interaction that we've had is a part of us. That person you didn't like, that karmic person that's with your divine masculine that you don't like, that's still part of your experience. And it's all there to serve you for your highest good. Okay, so the karmic situation that we're looking at right now that's dissolving and breaking down. Let's look at these cards here. We have Four of Wands and Four of Swords in reverse. Your divine masculine is leaving this situation. Hands down, no ins and out, or no ands, ifs, or buts. It's just happening. They're not going to stick around in this relationship that they've been dealing with any longer. They're letting go of everything that's keeping them from launching whatever this is for them. They've stepped into that trueness of who they are. They've remembered who they are. They've removed the mask. And when they've done that, everything that no longer served them or didn't point them to the direction of this bullseye has just started to like fall away naturally and organically. It's just the way that it happens. And so they're moving out of this situation. They may be leaving the home. They may be moving into their own place if they live with this person. They may be changing locations or job. This is going to be a difficult period for them. It's not going to be full of sunshine and roses. In that transition, there's oftentimes a lot of grief and sorrow and sadness that needs to take place. So this is not going to be easy. You will probably see your divine masculine struggle immensely in letting all of this stuff go. They're going to have to face their fears and their regrets, but they're going to do it. They can't stop it from happening. They are compelled by something so deep within them to make these changes that they just cannot ignore it anymore. It's just too real and too in their face to ignore. They can just see it with so much clarity now. So they're embracing it. That doesn't mean it's all sad either and all grief. There's also a strong level of like excitement, like a rebirth, like I'm going to do this. Like they're balancing that energy out. So they may vacillate back and forth between feeling great and wonderful about this breakup and moving forward to feeling like, oh gosh, like I wasted time, or, I didn't do the things I should have done, or I have to look at parts of myself that I'm not too proud of, or maybe they're feeling like a lot of anger, but they're going to go back and forth, and it's going to teach them so much, just like it has along the way here. All of this is in preparation for them to step into their full power, their full authenticity, the fullness of what the divine masculine has to offer in this world, as you are doing the same, divine feminine. All right, so toward you, we have 8 of Wands and 5 of Pentacles. Both of these are in the upright, and what they show me together is that there's a lot of fear and anxiety that your divine masculine will be feeling toward you at this point. But that's only because of the energy of this world that they knew dissolving. Maybe they don't know where they're going to fit in to the future quite yet. Maybe they don't know how you're going to fit into all of this. Or how you're feeling, or if you'll accept them. There's so much insecurity in your divine masculine that we as divine feminines often take really personally because of our own insecurities, but it's really just a reflection of them, right? What they're doing, what they're saying, thinking, how they're acting. It is a reflection of who they are through that filter that they're seeing the world through. You are someone who they feel so much attraction and joy and love for. You hold such a special place in their heart that they're just not quite sure how to approach you. They don't want to mess it up, right? So maybe they stay away because they're afraid of themselves right now. So Divine Feminine, be patient. Love yourself. Remember, it's just a reflection, okay? You look at yourself in the reflection and let them look at themselves in the reflection. And remember, the same tree of life that is nurturing you is the same tree of life that is nurturing your Divine Masculine. So there's nothing that you need to worry about when it comes to that. It's all going to be taken care of for you. All right, so running out of battery here, but I want to read this card for you. All right, we have passion, the soul. What is the spark that lights you up? The divine lives within you. Consider your motivations carefully. Know where your resistance lies. We all have more than one purpose in life, and having passion makes us feel more alive. The idea that passion lives within your heart or soul is both an ancient and common one. To put your heart into an activity means to dedicate yourself completely or to make a great effort. To live your passion means your soul is expressing itself through someone or something. The Greek word charisma means gift of grace. In ancient Greek, it meant literally a gift shining through. Passionate people are easy to identify. They are focused, action-oriented, and propelled by their intensity. The friend that cannot stop talking about their new love interest, the teacher who lights up when they are teaching their subject, the scientist who stays up night after night happily working on the research are all examples of passion in action. Whether or not you believe in the concept of soul, it is hard not to believe in purposeful passion. We do not need a spiritual framework to see the good being engaged when we try to attain something we want or believe we can do. The element of this is fire. I think this is a wonderful card to end off this reading for you and your Divine Masculine because of the power or the passion that the two of you have together, and the passion that you invoke within each other as those mirrors, which gives us the ability to see and truly accept ourselves as we are. That is something incredible. It's such an incredible gift that we give to each other on this journey. When we fully embrace it, when we start to focus on ourselves and make that connection to our soul our number one goal and have that deep, deep passion to know thyself, to know that you are that soul. That's where you and your twin flame are truly connected. Thank you guys. I'm so glad to be back. I'm so appreciative of you watching this reading. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And I will be back soon with another one, I promise. Take good care. Bye-bye.